There's a very big opportunity here for the state to significantly improve the diversity of its energy supplies by developing onshore gas.
We potentially will have enough gas to supply the domestic market in Western Australia for many years to come.
It could easily transform Western Australia's energy equation, in that we have onshore gas available for Western Australia and the offshore gas can continue to supply the international demand.
Well, it has huge potential, it certainly does.
The WA onshore gas industry is in very early days. We're in exploration phase in the Canning Basin, in the Midwest and in the southwest of the state.
My name's Sam Willis and I'm the Managing Director of New Standard Energy Limited. We have significant opportunities up north in the Canning Basin and in the onshore Carnarvon Basin. Okay, fantastic. And New Standard's in the early stage exploration phase of tight gas and shale gas projects in onshore Western Australia, and both of those we're looking to commence some very early exploration and conceptual work in 2012.
I'm Eric Streitberg. I'm the Executive Director of Buru Energy and we're exploring for onshore gas in the Canning Basin in the northwest of Western Australia. Western Australia needs more gas. Our energy demands are going to just keep increasing in the future. And natural gas from the onshore of Western Australia is one way that we can meet that demand.
Leighton Petroleum was created in 2007 to explore for gas in Western Australia in the Midwest. And we've been quite successful and have drilled 2 wells and been able to produce gas from both of them. If Leighton was successful in bringing the gas field into production, we'd see this would be a big catalyst for bringing a lot of employment opportunities into the Midwest.
I think onshore gas exploration long-term has the benefit of improving the economics of the state and the social benefits of employment and job creation. And natural gas in general is a clean source of energy compared to coal and some other fossil fuels.
Gas is one of the most abundant, economically affordable and environmentally friendly fuels that are available.
There's lots of shale gas around and that's good for energy development, it's good for baseload power. As we know, gas produces about half the greenhouse gases that the coal-fired power stations do, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, the industry goes to great lengths to ensure that all of our operations are safe. And so we have all kinds of remote monitoring tools, logs that we run down in the wells, observation wells, offset wells. We gather a lot of data. We go back and analyze the data, and after the fact, we ensure that our wells are drilled properly. It's a lot of very, very high technology that goes into assessing the work that we do.
Protection of groundwater is paramount for WA's onshore gas industry. Water supplies are protected through effective well design and construction. The wells are reinforced with steel and concrete casings to prevent any chance of leaking or contamination of groundwater. In Western Australia, shale and tight gas formations can be up to 4 kilometres deep, well below any of the aquifers that provide drinking water.
The well would then be tested to check if the gas flows were economic to develop. Once that testing is completed, the well would be capped until further development of the field is possible.
Once the gas operator has drilled to the gas formation, most wells need hydraulic fracturing to release gas from the rock formations and help it flow to the surface. A perforating tool is inserted into the well and sunk to the target area, where it's activated to perforate the well casing. Hydraulic fracturing involves pumping water mixed with sand and small amounts of chemicals into shale and tight gas formations. It fractures the rocks, allowing the gas to flow into the wells. The chemicals which help to create and maintain the fissures in the rock are similar to those that would be used in many farming operations. The same safeguards apply. The process is engineered to stay within the natural rock boundaries. Hydraulic fracturing requires specialised crew and equipment that only needs to be on site for about a week.
ConocoPhillips, as well as the rest of the industry, has been doing hydraulic fracturing for decades. This is not a new science, not a new technology. There have been technological improvements and system improvements, but it's a very well proven and understood technology.
People ought to have an open mind about this, recognise that fracking has in fact been happening in the world for a long time, and it's something that's an important element to our energy security.
The Code of Practice has identified 7 key principles which the operators in the onshore gas industry in Western Australia have committed to in the way they conduct those activities. And that comes to how we engage with landowners, it comes to how we protect groundwater, it comes to a commitment to transparency in our regulatory processes and the use of chemicals.
Protection of the water and anything to do with water up in the Canning Basin is absolutely critical. And we need to make sure that we manage that process very effectively, and that we're open and honest with the stakeholders in the region so that they clearly understand what's involved.
Buru Energy is a party to the Code of Practice, and one of the very important parts of the Code of Practice is protection of aquifers. Buru's undertaken an independent review of aquifer and water use in the Canning Basin, and what we've seen from that is that our usage is going to have no material effect on the aquifers.
Look, they're very exciting times in Western Australia, and not only for ourselves, but I think for the communities that are potentially involved and the stakeholders that are involved.
We're still very early days, but we hope that within the next several years that we discover and find enough natural gas to make this a sustainable industry for decades to come into the future.
Gas supply from the onshore delivers good royalty payments to the government. It will ensure a lot of employment in the local area for people, and it will provide that catalyst for the local communities and towns so that they can continue to grow and be successful.
The prospect of significant new sources of gas in Western Australia and economic development being taken into regional areas is a really positive one for the industry and for Western Australia. And we're really hopeful that the current exploration activity will lead to a prosperous and responsible industry in the state.